I'm a spirit channeler and oracle card reader who channels both light and shadow energies in my readings, which means if you're easily triggered, please find yourself another reader. Message from a demon. You have 2 piles to choose from left to right, pile 1 and pile 2. There are only 2 piles, so if you're not immediately drawn to one of them, then that just means that there's not a reading here for you. Pause the video if you need some more time to choose, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. So your message from the demon has to do with your power and your workplace. A lot of you guys, there are like 2 subgroups here. So some of you guys are having your power questioned at work, or you're having your power undermined at work. Your position is being undermined. I'm seeing for those of you who are in this position, there is a supervisor or someone right above you, or it could be a coworker on your same level who is doing these things to undermine your authority and your power. They may even be saying some things, little things behind your back towards other supervisors or other people, managers even, to make you look not so favorable in their eyes. They're kind of throwing you under the bus. They want to get ahead themselves, and they want you to remain kind of lower in the eyes of the people who are above you. So there's a kind of a power play that's happening at work when it comes to position, and it's with someone who's close in position to you, so who's your immediate supervisor or who is a coworker and at the same level as you. So there may be a perceived potential opening for a higher position at some point in the near future, and this person is playing the long-term game. They're trying to one-up you and get to that higher position, and by using deception and they're being a bit two-faced to you. And the other subgroup of you guys, this has to do again with work, but it's not so much a coworker who is undermining your power and your authority. You're kind of doing this to yourself because you want to change careers, and you don't feel like you have the ability, the experience, the education, the luck even to change careers and to do this new career that you want to do. For some of you guys, it could be a new position within the same company, and you're kind of second guessing yourself as to whether or not you can ever attain that position. But for most of you guys in this second subgroup, I'm seeing a career change, like moving to another company, moving maybe even to another career field altogether. And you're split in 2, and part of you is opposing yourself when it comes to your self-belief for attaining this goal. So the demon is making you aware of this split, fragmented part of yourself that is opposing your desire to attain another position, another career altogether. And it's bringing it to light so that you can recognize it, and so you can overcome it and recognize it for what it is, that it's false, that it's based off of fear and deception, and it's not necessarily true. You're not going to crash and burn. You're not going to be poor and destitute if you leave one career for another one. Some of you guys, in this second subgroup, you want to make this transition, you want to make this move, and you need the inner strength and the inner power to be able to make this move. And don't allow this fragmented part of yourself to make you feel that or give you a mirage that you are inadequate. And then for the first subgroup of you guys, don't allow this coworker to make you feel inadequate, and don't allow them to make you look inadequate to supervisors' eyes. because they're just trying to get one slight foot ahead of you guys. Because it could even be like not necessarily a new position will open up, like a new higher position. It could be the same position. If you are in a temporary position, you could have a coworker who's also in a temporary position, a contract position, and they know that there's a potential that maybe a more permanent position might open up. They want to sort of one up you. So just be mindful of that. Be aware that this is happening, and be careful about what mistakes that you make in front of them. Of course, everyone makes mistakes. You can't really help what mistakes you make, but just be mindful about how vulnerable you are around this particular coworker, because they're trying to throw you under the bus and one up you for a higher position or a permanent position. So those are your messages from the demon. I hope that helped you and resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. So your message from the demon is kind of similar to one of the subgroups from the last pile, but you guys are a step above them. So this situation for you guys is more substantial, and it has more to do with your dharma and your life purpose. So instead of just like a mini career change. So for you guys, you are confused. You are having a difficult time deciding what path to take, what next steps to take on your life path, your life journey, and you're being urged by the demon to seek out wisdom from higher sources, more specifically your higher self, but also like from oracles and from your spirit guides, higher beings who have a higher perspective of where you're supposed to be going and where your soul is trying to take you. So you need to rely more on the wisdom coming from your higher self and your oversoul, as opposed to your lower self thinking about these kinds of smaller career things or smaller paths here and there. There's a larger plan, a larger picture that you don't have, and you don't have all of the information. You can't see it. So you need to rely on higher wisdom. Rely on your intuition. If your intuition is telling you that you should do something and it doesn't feel like it makes sense to you, or it doesn't seem that you can do it, or it doesn't seem probable that it can come to pass, you need to listen to your intuition, because intuition can see all the steps ahead after that step. So you're seeing like one sort of step or one outcome, and that outcome is related to a bunch of other outcomes, or that step is related to a bunch of other steps that are going to come after it, and you can't see it. It's not all revealed to you when you receive inclinings and intuition downloads. All the information, the whole entire path is not made clear to you off the bat, so you need to listen to your intuition. So even if these things appear as though they're not probable, or it doesn't make sense, or you don't think that you can do something, you can indeed do these things. You can get to these goals, but you need to listen to your intuition step by step in order to get there. So things are going to feel uncomfortable for you if you are trying to take steps that are not in alignment with where your higher self, your oversoul, is trying to go. So that it's going to make your life a lot easier if you can just tune in and listen and pay attention, because I'm seeing like a lot of dissonance that has been happening with you, and this dissonance is because of a struggle between like your lower self and your higher self, and the path that you are trying to take and the path that it is trying to take. So this is where this struggle is coming from. I'm seeing a struggle when it comes to your life. Things aren't smooth. If you're finding that no one in this group should be finding that They are completely satisfied with where they're at in life. Everyone here should be thinking that they need to take another step, they need to move, they need to do something, but they just don't necessarily know what it is. And they have a few ideas, they're juggling around ideas, but you guys just don't know specifically like which one to choose, or like what path to take, or what to focus on, or what to do next. But you know that something needs to change, and everyone in this group is going to feel like something needs to change. And that's because you haven't, of course, reached the end of your journey. And if you're ever sort of wandering off the path is going to feel dissonant, is going to feel uncomfortable, it's going to feel frustrating for you. So pay attention to those emotions when you feel frustrated or uncomfortable or dissonant or even depressed or irritated at life. It's because you are struggling against your higher plan, your higher path. So again, you don't have all of the steps. So listen to your intuition, listen to the oracles, listen to your guardians, because they're not trying. It may seem sometimes like they're trying to lead you astray. Like, what do you mean do this? What do you mean go here? This doesn't make any sense. But again, they have the higher picture. They know what they're talking about. You have to listen. You can even make demands that you see a little bit more of the picture before you take some steps, but you won't be able to see absolutely everything. But you can demand to see a little bit more if something really seems improbable or scary to you. Taking a step seems really scary or improbable to you or difficult. You can make the request to see more steps ahead after this current step, or more details as to how it's going to unravel. But you have to listen. Life is going to be much smoother for you if you just listen. So yes, your intuition is speaking to you. You're not going crazy. Just listen, pay closer attention, because you guys are highly intuitive and your intuition is really, really speaking, more so than the last group. So pay close attention. So those are your messages. I hope that helped you and resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading.